Hey guys, what's going on? True Strength here, and today we're going to be doing a Legion pre-patch guide for the Demon Hunter, the Havoc Demon Hunter to be more precise. This guide is going to be mainly about PvP and touching bases on that. I will plan on doing a more advanced guide whenever Legion launches. As you know, we don't have access to the honor talents or the artifact weapon yet, and of course we only have access to actually two of the regular talents. But anyways, we're going to cover those two talents. We're going to go over the rotation and talk about the defensives as well. So let's jump straight into it. For the talents in the level 99 tier, we will be playing with Fel Mastery. Increases Fel Rush damage by 50% and grants 25 Fury when Fel Rush damages at least one target. This will be part of our rotation, but we will get to that part when we get there. But just for now, that is the best talent on this tier. In the level 100 tier will be Demonic Appetite. Call Strike has a chance to spawn a Lesser Soul Fragment, and consuming any Soul Fragment grants 30 Fury. So every time you use Call Strike, which is a big part of your rotation, you have a chance to get that 30 Fury from that Soul Fragment. And as you can see, that is the only two talents that we can get right now. As we level, whenever the expansion launches, we will be able to get the rest of the talents. So just for this moment, this is the only two talents that we can play with. Okay guys, up next we're going to be talking about the mobility of the Demon Hunter. This is a huge deal. I know this is one of the biggest talks about Demon Hunters whenever they were first introduced by Blizzard. But anyways, let's jump straight into it. For starters, we're going to be talking about the Mastery. The Mastery increases our Chaos damage and our regular movement speed. So with the amount of Mastery that I have at the moment, of course, we get 22% increased movement speed just while running around. So even while you're just running around, you know, we're moving a lot quicker than anyone else, which is also a good way to be able to close gaps and, of course, create distance, especially if they don't have a slow on us. So, yeah, that's one of the just one of the parts of the mobility. Up next, we will talk about Vengeful Retreat. We'll look at it right here. It's on a 25-second cooldown. Viciously assault nearby enemies and vault away. Assaulted enemies take 5,000 physical damage and have their movement speeds reduced by 70% for 3 seconds. So, yeah, this is really good, especially if you're trying to get away and you don't want to waste your brushes on your fail rushes and stuff like that. And you're facing the target. You can hit this and it'll vault you away from them. And it's also good to close gaps as well, because as you can see, if you're facing the target that you want to get away from, you use it, it'll take you away from them. If you face away from someone while they're trying to, let's say this guy right here, and he's trying to run away from you, face away from him and hit this, and it will vault you towards him. So just another great mobility ability. Up next is Fel Rush. You rush forward, incinerating anything in your path for 33,000 chaos damage. It generates 25 fury if you do damage to the target. I like to use this whenever I am close enough to deal damage with Fel Rush to the target, as it does generate that fury, and it does a high amount of damage. And it's even crazier if like you're in like a mob of people standing there and you Fel Rush through everyone. It just, you know, thousands of damage popping up everywhere. Hundreds of thousands, my bad. But it generates that fury, and it's actually a part of a rotation, which I'll cover on in the rotation part onward into the video. But yeah, guys, for the mobility, oh yeah, second thing, I didn't want to run off and forget this. This is kind of a big deal. We have double jump. So if you hit your spacebar, you jump. You hit it again, you'll double jump again. And another big thing is, of course, our glide. So if you're in a Wrathy Basin, you're up on Lumber Mill, and you know those pesky elemental shamans knock you off, all you have to do is hit your glide while you're falling, and you will be able to fly down to the bottom safely. Of course, this is only on a 1.5 second cooldown, so if you accidentally hit the jump key again and you stop gliding, second and a half later, you will be able to hit it again and begin to glide again. So it's not a long cooldown at all. So yeah, guys, that's it for the mobility. We have crazy amount of mobility. We can just fly around everywhere. We have our regular movement speed increase, our Vengeful Retreat, 2 charges of Fel Rush, and of course being able to double jump and glide. But yeah, guys, that's the mobility. Okay, guys, for the defensives, we have Blur and Darkness. First, we'll be covering Blur. It's only on a 1 minute cooldown and increases your chance to dodge by 50% and reduces all damage taken by 35% for 10 seconds. The second is Darkness. It's on a 3 minute cooldown. Summon darkness around you in an 8-yard radius, cloaking friendly targets and granting a 20% chance to avoid all damage from an attack. So you put that down, let's say another demon hunter begins to I beam you. As long as you're in this, there could be a 20% chance there you could avoid all of that damage. So it's pretty nice, especially if you're like in a 3v3 environment and you're kind of stacked up in a big melee battle. You can throw this down, and of course all of your teammates are going to benefit from this as well. So it's a nice raid-wide cooldown. Granted, it's only have a 8-yard radius, but if you throw it down on top of a bunch of melee or whatever, they are going to have that chance to avoid that damage. And of course, with Blur, this is the one of course you're going to use most often because of 1v1s, arena, so on and so forth, because it's a personal use. Reduces that damage by 35%, and it's really great against melee as it does give a 50% dodge chance. Okay guys, time for the rotation. The rotation is a little bit complicated, not too bad. For the most part, it's simple. But anyways, Demon's Bite will be your main way to generate Fury. It's a quick attack that generates between 20 and 30 Fury. After that, you will be using these 3 abilities for your spenders, your Fury spenders, which are Chaos Strike, Eye Beam, and Blade Dance. In a single target situation, I mainly use Chaos Strike and keep Blade Dance on cooldown. As Eye Beam does not do a lot of single target damage, I mainly find it useful in an AoE situation. So in a single target situation, you're going to be building up Fury, keeping your Blade Dance on cooldown, and of course using Chaos Strike as your main filler. You can also use a Charge of Fel Rush as a part of your rotation. You want to make sure to keep one Charge of Fel Rush active in case you need a gap closer or just need to get away for whatever reason. But yeah, you always want to make sure to use one Charge of Fel Rush for damage and keep another one just in case you need it. So in more simple terms, Demon's Bites generate your Fury, Chaos Strike for your main filler, keep Blade Dance on cooldown, and of course if there's a lot of mobs around, you can of course go into an Eye Beam, but for single target damage, just bounce between your Chaos Strike and your Blade Dance. So for a quick demonstration, we're going to Fel Rush in, get off a couple of Demon's Bites. We're going to go ahead and use our Blade Dance, get up some more Fury into a Chaos Strike, and after that, we're just going to be generating Fury, using our Chaos Strikes, keeping Blade Dance on a cooldown, keeping a Charge of Fel Rush going, and you know, it's just super simple. I'll give you guys a quick look at what Eye Beam looks like. Go into it, and this always critical strikes as well. It's just on a single target. The damage is not that great. Of course, you can Fel Rush away, Fel Rush right back onto the target to generate that Fury, and of course do a ton of damage. And of course, we're going to keep on Demon's Biting, getting up Fury, keeping Blade Dance on cooldown, and Chaos Striking. But yeah, guys, nothing too crazy there. We don't have a lot of abilities to work with. So, yeah, I mean, granted, we don't have many abilities to play with. It is still super fun. We do a crazy amount of damage. And I know in most BGs, if we are not, you know, this is outside of Affliction Warlocks, of course, because they beat everyone at the moment. But yeah, we're usually topping the charts, do amazing damage. And also something that I forgot to cover as well is Chaos Nova. This is a 1-minute cooldown. It stuns the target and does 10,000 chaos damage. Stuns the target for 5 seconds, so you use that at your will, just whenever you feel the need to stun the target, so on and so forth. But just for a regular part of the rotation, generate your Fury, Blade Dance on cooldown, Chaos Strike as your main filler. If there's multiple targets around, if you can land a stun on them, that way they can't interrupt you or get out of your Eye Beam, use it. And of course, keep a Charge of Fel Rush for your damage, if not both, depending on how mobile of a player that you are fighting. We also have our big offensive cooldown, which is Metamorphosis. Has a 40-yard range and a 5-minute cooldown. You leap into the air and land with Explosive Force, dealing 12,000 chaos damage to enemies within 8 yards and stunning them for 3 seconds. Upon landing, you are transforming into a hellish demon for 30 seconds. Greatly empowers your Chaos Strike and your Blade Dance abilities and gaining 25% haste. So, really, really long cooldown on our offensive cooldown. I don't like that it's a 5-minute cooldown. I hate playing with very, very long cooldowns. But with that said, it does act as a 5-minute cooldown. The damage is absolutely crazy coming from it. And then, it also generates that 25% haste and stuns the target. So you can run straight into a fight, pop Metamorphosis, come down onto the target, stun them for 3 seconds, go through your rotation, and then as that stun expires, you can go into a Chaos Nova, which would stun them for another 2.5 seconds because it is going to be DR'd by half. and it's just amazing. You can do some crazy damage, and I'll actually give you guys a quick look at what it looks like. So of course it starts off like this. As soon as you hit the button, you have an area of effect that you can lay down. Let's say you'll put it on top of your target, crash down onto him, of course put him into a 2.5 second stun, but we are fighting against the raid boss, so we don't have the ability to stun him, but any other player it would actually be able to stun. But yeah guys, you just stay in this awesome looking form. I mean, let's get a close-up of that. You can see all those crazy looking tattoos, and of course I'm playing a girl, so she looks like your girlfriend whenever you piss her off, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, but from there, even with it, you just continue your regular rotation of generating fury with your Demon's Bite, keeping Blade Dance on a cooldown, and Chaos Striking as your main filler. And of course, it's if you have enough targets around you, you can go into that eye beam. But yeah guys, that's it for the rotation. It's not too difficult, fairly simple. Hope you guys enjoyed the guide. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below. I know a lot of people have been leveling Demon Hunters and having a great time. So yeah guys, have a lot of fun. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.